I regained 7 pounds of menopause weight over the last month. The reason is that my family moved across state lines for my husband's new job. If you've moved, you understand the stress and by extension weight gain that goes along with it. The first week, we were trying to find a place. The next, we were packing and moving. All the while, we were of course eating out because you don't have a lot of options when you're staying in a hotel, and honestly, there was no time to cook anyway. On top of that, anytime I eat out, I always eat more than I would normally, even if it's keto, which I wasn't all the time. Combine that with food that's expensive in calories, it was inevitable. I started gaining weight, right around a pound to 2 pounds a week. And so here I am now at 137, brainstorming how to lose this weight before it gets any more out of control. So if you're struggling with this same issue, weight regain, I wanted to share my exact foolproof plan for getting back on track, including the foods I eat with the amount of calories, so that you can learn how I do it. Now, your reason for gaining weight might be different than mine, so go ahead and leave a comment with that reason, and let's resolve to lose this extra weight together. So the first thing I do is I go back to my tracker and remind myself what worked before. This is the time when I'm really grateful that I tracked my previous weight loss success in the Carb Manager app for the past 2 years. It's so easy to look back and see what worked. If you're not familiar, the Carb Manager is a free app where I track my daily food, calories, and weight loss. Now that I know what worked for me, the first thing I need to do is tighten up my coffee. Not the coffee per se, but specifically the creamer in it. I've gotten quite loosey-goosey with it, and just a few extra splashes can add up quickly. So I will drop that down to 1 tablespoon per cup, and I usually have about 4 cups per day. I like my coffee, and it helps me to have something to sip on when I start wanting to look for food, even though I know I'm not hungry. The second thing I do is stop the bleeding. No more cheat meals or eating out for 3 weeks, period. When my family or friends ask me to eat out, I say no. I say it more politely than that, but the answer is still no. It's very tempting because just like you, I like eating out with my friends and family. I'm a foodie, which is why I had extra weight to begin with. But at what point do I stop and say enough? When I'm up 10, 15, 20 pounds again? The third thing I do is look at each meal starting with breakfast. At 5 foot 2 inches and 53 years old, in order to lose weight at the pace I like, I need to eat between 850 and 1,000 calories per day, an average of 950. That may be too low for you, but that's what works for me. For breakfast, I eat 1 cup of egg whites with 1 ounce of shredded cheese. That is about 30 grams of protein to 10 grams of fat and 220 calories. If you don't fancy that meal, find foods you do like and fit them into that ratio. It's important to eat things you love that fit into your plan because, let's be honest, the reason we've struggled to stick to a plan is we've tried to force ourselves to eat food we hate. Literally hate. That will never work, as we've all experienced over and over again. One caveat, your calories may be different than mine based on your height, age, and activity level, so you'll have to adjust accordingly. I suggest the keto calculator, and I have a video below where I walk through how I use it. For lunch, I have a chicken thigh with some broccoli. No butter, no oil. I'll add some salt and garlic, and a hack I use to keep the broccoli palatable is I have 1 bite of broccoli with 1 bite of chicken, which makes the broccoli taste a little bit better. Total calories for lunch, 250. For dinner, I will repeat breakfast. Boring, but it works, and keeps losing weight super simple. This isn't my normal daily meal plan, and I just remind myself this is only for a short time until I lose the weight, and then I can start my maintenance plan again, which is much more fun. So for dinner, it's another cup of egg whites and 1 ounce of shredded cheddar cheese. For fun, I'll add some garlic powder, and in a weird way, it actually tastes a little bit like mac and cheese. Total calories, 220, Total so far 770 for the day. So where do the rest of my calories come from? I have a few predetermined snack options for when I get hungry in between meals. Number 1/2 of a Quest protein bar of my choice, which is great to add in a little fiber, but be careful. If you eat too much, it can send you running to the bathroom. Quest has many flavors to choose from. My favorites I'm loving right now are lemon cheesecake and chocolate explosion. Number 2, 1/8 or 1/4 cup of roasted salted pecans from Walmart, depending on how hungry I am. Number 3, a few pieces of the Lily's dark chocolate bar, but I try to limit this as it can be a trigger food for me. I might also have my husband hold them to keep me accountable. Total calories for the day, 950 to 1,000. I'll be doing this plan for the next 3 weeks in addition to ramping up my nightly outdoor walks to an hour. It's been raining here every night, so I may have to pivot to the treadmill. If you want to do this with me, I'd love it. If you'd like to see what foods I eat normally to maintain 130 pounds, I'll put a video here about that as well. Good luck.